Hi everyone, Vicki Peters with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine. Today I am in Burlington, Maine at 37 Rose Trail on Madagascal Pond. And today I'm going to show you a unique property that has just hit the market that's been in the family since 1998. And as you can see behind me, this is only a portion of the private beach that you would own. There's a total of 584 feet of beach. First of all, we are going to show you the cabins. There's also a little over 32 acres of land that comes with the property as well. So that's very rare to have this private beach, over 32 acres of land, your own boat launch. So let's go ahead and take care of the buildings, and then I'll show you the land and the rest of the beach. For the cottage, we have a Amish cabin here. So this was custom made by the Amish up in Smyrna Mills. It's a 2017, and it's 30 by 14. And we'll go ahead and take a look inside. I also want to point out this platform deck that we have here. It's roughly 20 by 12. So as you can see, they have their patio furniture out here. So, I know what you guys are all thinking, another COVID cabin, but this is not a COVID cabin. These owners actually owned a property across the lake. They bought it in 1990. They bought this in 1998 and decided to sell that and bring in this Amish cabin over here because they have the beach area to enjoy over here. So we'll go ahead and go inside and take a look. We are in the cabin now, and again, it was built in 2017. However, the owners have owned this property since 1998. And you have your gas cooking stove here, which stays with the property. You have 2 tanks outside with Dead River. And you do have this farmer sink here. There's no well here, so they do carry in their water. There is a pipe here that goes into a bucket, and then they just empty the bucket out. So really all they do is just wash their dishes in the sink. And you have the gas refrigerator, so that also runs off propane as well as the cooking stove. And you do have this Empire wall mount propane heater. So if you're here in the fall and you want to take the chill off, you have this. And you do have 2 lofts on each side of the cabin. So as you can see, their ladder is here. There is another ladder, but they don't have it down right now because they only use this side of the loft right now. So I really like how this place is set up. You know, you still do have the private bedroom in here. The beds are built in, so these beds do stay along with the bunk house that I'll show you in a little bit. So that gives you extra space for company. For lights here, you are off-grid, so no electricity out here on Madagascal Pond. However, you do have the propane gas lights. You could bring in solar, or you could bring in a generator, but the owners, they wanted to keep it simple and, feel like they're at camp and not at their house. As far as a septic system, they do bring in, there's no septic system here, but they do bring in an outhouse, and they pay for that seasonal, and then they come in once a week, they clean it, they bring toilet paper and hand sanitizer and all that and take care of that. So if you want more information on that, I can provide that to you. So let's go ahead and check out the bunk house now. We are in the bunk house now, so when you have guests over, you can put them out here. They can have their own space. And this bunk house is roughly 12 by 14. And as you can see, they do have 2 queen beds here, and they do have this little nightstand with plenty of room in between. You also have plenty of room out here. You could lay a floor down. They haven't done that, but you could put some waterproof vinyl flooring down here. It's not insulated or anything, so it's a summer bunk house. You do have the lights here that are battery operated. So we have walked up Rose Trail and we're at the East Madagascal Road. And I want to talk about the acreage a little bit. So like I said, a little over 32 acres. It is all surveyed. So if you're here with another agent, you can see the fluorescent green ribbon right here. So this is the border of one side of the property. You can see another one down here. So it kind of angles and follows Rose Trail all the way down. And then you have on your frontage, you have the 584 feet of frontage. So you also have land across the East Madagascal Pond Road. So I would say roughly it's probably cut right in half. So this property has not been split up at all in the last 5 years. So you could potentially split some of this up and sell it off to recuperate some of your money. So that is an option. If you do that, every owner on this that has property out here, they do have deeded access to Boy Scout Beach. So you could sell those pieces off and give them deeded access to the beach as well. So that would be a perk for the new owners. If you sold off the pieces of property, they would have deeded access to the public beach. Now, remind you, this comes with your own private beach. You do still have deeded access to Boy Scout Beach, but why would you use that if you have your own private beach? So we are sitting on the gazebo. This is roughly 15 by 15, and this was just built recently within the last 2 years. It's a great spot if you want to get out of the sun and get some shade, or possibly it's raining, you want to get out of the rain and sit here. They have their grill out here, and there's also an extra platform for other stuff that maybe you want an outdoor kitchen or you would want to put there. So that would be a great idea. And there's plenty of room for your patio furniture. And one thing that I do want to mention is if you know anyone that's looking for a property like this in Maine, please share it with them. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our video to see more listings from Maine. So not only do you have your own private beach and over 32 acres, you do have a boat ramp here. So you can easily back a boat right down here and put it in the water. So Madagascal Pond in Burlington is roughly 750 acres, and it's a warm water lake. So you do get your perch, your pickerel, your white yellow perch, your bass. So it's not a busy lake either. It doesn't have a public boat launch, so it's not a congested lake. There's not a lot of people on it, which is nice. As far as location goes, we are about 20 minutes from Lee. So you do have the Lee Handy Stop, which is a convenience store. They do have a little small grocery store there. And we're about, I would say, 30 minutes from Lincoln. You also are about an hour and a half from Bangor, and I would say about 5 hours from Boston. We'll go ahead and recap this video today. So you do have the Amish Cabin, you have the Bunk House, and you do have the shed, and you also have the gazebo. And you have a little over 32 acres, 584 feet on a private sandy beach. This is very, very private. The taxes are roughly $2,500 a year. The property is surveyed. It's not in tree growth. So if you wanted to put it in tree growth, you could, or if you wanted to break it up and sell off some of the land, you could do that as well. The price on this property is $599,000.